everybody, it's very good to see you all again. Welcome back to my class. Before we start our class, I would like to talk about the lesson objectives. Could you listen to me please carefully? Thank you very much. Today you're going to learn how to compare and contrast to improve your comprehension skills, guys. Also, we will be able to ask questions to help compare and contrast the information. Also, I'm going to help you guys, don't worry about it. I know it's your biggest challenge, so when we talk about or when we think about the vocabulary part, like, to make it hard for you to understand when you have a lot of unfamiliar words in the text. So I'm going to help you actually use, context clues to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words, okay? I know it's a bit challenging for you, but guys, if you want to improve your vocabulary, so you have to read a lot, okay? Everything is actually, connected to each other. Imagine that if somebody has a problem with her or his speaking, it means that that person doesn't do a lot of listening. Or if you have a problem with writing, it means that you don't do reading a lot, okay? So don't worry about it, guys. So we're going to make it together. So easy for you to understand and just, improve your English skills. Let's continue, everybody, with our class. Okay, everybody, also we are going to read two different, beautiful stories or texts. The first one is Goodbye to the Moon by Monica Hughes. And the second one is about My Siblings, okay? In the first part, everybody, as you understand the title, Goodbye to the Moon, so it's about one boy who has been to the moon for many years, and now it's time for him to go back to the earth. Okay, so we will see how he feels, okay, what kind of different actually, difficulties, are waiting for him. And in the second part, My Siblings, like, I got one brother and one sister, okay, and I love them so much, so they're everything to me. And we're going to talk about the differences, okay, likes and differences. So, you're going to be able to compare and contrast. Although we come from the same family, so we're so different from each other, okay? So it's going to be a really very interesting part. So let's continue, everybody. Okay, everybody, let me ask you one simple question. Aisha, how often do you go out to enjoy yourself, being in the nature? Once a week? Okay, she says once a week. What about him? What about you? Twice a week. That's very nice. One of my favorite hobbies is to take pictures, like to make that moment immortal, like seize the moment and just make that time memorable. You know that. So I like taking pictures, and whenever I just feel kind of upset, I just go through my pictures and to remember those times to make me happy. Because we live in such beautiful world, that everything is perfect. Everything is like a mirror, reflects its beauty. Everything has its own beauty. The problem, no one can see it, because sometimes we just have to stand up and just look around yourself, okay? Ourselves, to see the beauty of our planet, okay? That's why there's a saying that save our planet. That's why people get together, to make people understand that how to protect our world, okay? From, bad stuff. That's why, we should really have to kind of, read books and just kind of make people understand that our planet really is precious, okay? And now I'm going to talk about our moon, okay, how it's important to us. So I'm going to show you a short video to make you see that our moon is really important to us, okay? Let's do it.
Our planet at an average distance of 30 Earths. It rotates at the same rate that it revolves. So as it revolves around our planet, the same side of the moon faces the Earth at all times.
Okay, we have just seen the video of our moon. I hope that you like it very much. So, the space actually kind of very interesting to me. So it's unknown, and I just want to go space travel, okay? Just as, I don't know. We never know what's going to happen in 20 years. Maybe we're going to be able to actually travel, in space or between galaxies, between planets. So it's unknown. Maybe we're going to see some aliens that just coming to our world, just giving a visit to us. Interesting topic. Okay, let's talk about compare and contrast, everybody. So when you compare and contrast, you tell how two different things are alike or different from each other, okay? So just keep it in your minds. Let me show you also, what authors actually do here, guys. Not this one, just one moment, please. Yes, you can take a note, guys. Just open your notebooks, please. Sometimes authors use similes and metaphors to make comparisons. Similes use the clue words like as or then, okay? Like as or then. And metaphors do not use, keep it in your minds, clue words. Words such as unlike, but, and however can show contrast. Okay, so I'm going to teach you, don't worry about guys, so let's continue. Okay, everybody, let me give you an example. Let's compare and contrast Earth and Moon, okay? Look at the comparisons, like both are objects found in space, right? And both have gravity, you know that. Now, if you contrast them, look at examples that I have already, done for you. Earth is inhabited, but the Moon is uninhabited, so there's no life actually, as we know, right? So it's your turn, guys. I just want you to work in pairs, okay? And group of like 2 or 3 people, just choose something for you. Like for example, you talk about, I don't know, the sun and earth. It's up to you guys. Just use the power of your imagination and find 2 objects to compare and contrast, okay? Then we will see your answers all together. Let's do it. Everybody, may I have your attention, please? Thank you very much. Much better. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. So when you're reading, guys, you may come across a new word that you don't know its meaning. So you can either use context or the word around the word to find the meaning, or to figure out the meaning of these new word. Okay. So let me show you some of the vocabularies that we're going to read in the text. As you remember, the title of the story, Go Back to the Earth, or Go Back from the Moon, right? Yes. Here we have the new vocabularies, guys. I just want you to work in pairs. You have already got the meanings, you already got the meanings of the vocabularies, okay? So you're going to match. So the first one is waning, okay? As you have it on your paper. The second one is stingy, okay? The third one is the waft. And the next one, combustion. And the last one, traversed. Negotiate. Okay, now you got 2 minutes, guys. I just want you to match the meaning of the vocabularies. So on your papers, please. Come on, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, go. Everybody, it's time to read our story here. This story is science fiction. It's about technology and the future. So you never know. Okay, everybody's interested in science. And that boy is the first person to be born on the moon. I didn't even know that, to be honest. Oh my God. So it's going to be interesting actually to read that story. Someone who has never been to the Earth. Okay. So for his 15 years. So he's 15 years now. He has looked at Earth. And now it's time for him to go to the Earth, okay? So really, can you imagine yourself like that boy actually, so being on the moon, so more than 15 years, and then it's your time to go back to the Earth. It's going to be really interesting for you, that's crazy. Okay, now we're going to read that one by one, everybody, so let's do it. Okay, everybody, now it's time to compare and contrast. I told you about my siblings, my brother, and my sister. My brother, he lives in Germany. And my sister, she lives in Turkey, and I love them so much. They're very important to me. I can't even imagine my life without them, that. So we're like a family, okay? We help each other. We stick together. So, but on the other hand, so we are, different from each other. So let's talk about that, okay? I'm going to show you that on the board. So through, the help of, Venn diagram. Okay, now let's compare and contrast my siblings. My brother, his name is Akın, as you see here on the board, guys. Just look here. And my sister Dilek, okay. Akın, don't tell him, okay. We all come from the same family, but my brother and sister, they are like nights and days, okay. So they're completely different from each other. So Akın, he's a lazy guy, but my sister, she's a hardworking person, okay. Akın, creative, so he has a lot of kind of different plans. And my sister also, she's ambitious, okay? But if you talk about the, similarities, so they're both intelligent and nature lovers, and they both, love cats very much, okay? So you can do it like that. Now it's your turn, guys, to actually compare and contrast your family members, like your father and mother, and like your, for example, sister and brother, uncle and aunt, okay? So just please, I would like to give you a couple of minutes on your papers, please. I just want you to compare and contrast. Let's do it. Everybody, now it's your turn to write a journal entry, your trip to the moon. Please make sure you include vocabularies that relate to the moon, as well as the vocabularies, as well as the words are related to space travel, okay? So you have got 2 minutes. No, it's just too short. Let's make it for 5 minutes. All right, guys, let's begin.